You can look, but you can't touch.
Yo, what's poppin'? All my peeps, it is I, your host of the most Renaissance man who always thinks he can, and your champion of the peeps, Patty Pitts, back once again in the Art of Streams for another edition of the Raw Rewind, presented to you by Pitts and Sara's Wrestling Show, where we take no nights off. And it's not just me, Patty P, here in the Art of Streams. I am joined, as always, by the best of the West. You can't forget about Sara Marshall. What's popping, girl?
Hey, yo.
Hello.
Gang. What's good?
It's good.
It's just good.
It's going.
It's just going.
Yeah. Remy's annoying me.
Yeah, you got animals all around this week.
She's just being needy right now. So
that's
annoying.
tough. No, that's tough when you're needy.
Yeah. She's just like throwing herself against me and like staring at me like, why aren't you petting me?
Well, you should probably tell her to watch Nonsense Wrestling Federation, Sara.
Okay.
You should tell her that, because did you remember what we have on Friday?
Yes. The draft.
We have the draft. Sara and I are drafting
God.
our own shows. See, she's trying to mess with our wrestling.
Ay.
Yeah,
So-
on Friday, to end the show, we will be drafting our rosters. Sara has Raw, I have SmackDown, and
Mhm.
Corporate's got NXT. And we'll be drafting on Friday with the rules, along with the schedule of when this shit's going to air. Because I was thinking about it last night as we got some preliminary matches to wrap up the NWF Galactic Champion, Sara.
There should be a no nights off champion.
Well, did I read you the rules before?
Stop it.
You get a wild card champion.
Oh, okay.
And that's the thing. Sara, great point you bring up, because
Look at the title in the corner.
that's what I'm saying. We can make that part of your show, part of my show. It doesn't matter what show.
Mhm.
Point is, it's not going to be on Corporate show and NXT, and it can be part of the wild card. Who's going to be the no nights off champion? I don't know, Sara. You know, we'll just have to. You're gonna have to tune in on Friday to see who the pool is. We have the final match of the first round, wrapping up a Hell in a Cell between Abyss, Bruno Sammartino, Randy Orton, and The Undertaker. Sara, that's the last of the first round matches. The next will be one-on-one. So far, we have my guy, Senor Chevre. That's what we've named my nonsense luchador. Mi amigo,
Okay.
Senor Chevre, Kenny Omega, and Naomi.
Nice.
Yeah, Naomi is not raising no family in the nonsense galaxy. So,
She's put her pregnancy on hold.
Yeah, that's what happens. You know, things like that get put on hold. We have dreams to clinch, Sara. Just like the Red Sox need to clinch 2 games, I think 2 or 3 games before they get into a playoff spot, which I know you're not the biggest baseball fanatic, but it's life is better when the Red Sox are in the playoffs. Doesn't matter if they win it, but just life is better when there's baseball in October.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a fact. It's just a fact of life. The facts of life. Sorry, you know what another fact is?
No.
That the streams are a lot better when we hear from the peeps. That's right. It is. Nathaniel enjoyed his Seahawks win and went out to eat. Where'd you go? I love going. It's one of my favorite things is going out to restaurants. That's why I sell to them. Where'd you go? I'd love to know where you went. And your Yankees will not be winning a World Series. I can't put that up because I'm not manifesting a Yankees World Series. Not in this dojo, Sara.
Okay.
Not in this dojo. Sophia and her boyfriend Alex went to Patriots Hall of Fame induction ceremony for Jules, and it was awesome. Very first Patriots Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Have you ever been to like a Hall of Fame induction ceremony at all?
No, I never even got to go to a parade for a Super Bowl win.
That's the saddest fucking thing I've ever heard.
I
You know
moved
how
away.
awesome. Oh,
I moved away in January of 2003. So
I skipped school for the Patriots when they won in 49. Senior
I
year of
wish
high school, skipped school. Parents were in California.
that Super Bowl was played in my backyard.
Yeah, it was. It was. It was great. What's up, final boss? David, what's up? I was in David's neck of the woods, Sarah, last
Mm,
weekend at the Big E. All
mhm.
right. Let me tell you, the Big E is a fucking good time. Hell of a time. You just eat nonsense food. You walk around and see nonsense things. I mean, in the same place I had a General Tso's chicken pizza, I walked across the street into a building that was selling mattresses, you know?
Oh. Mm,
Like crazy shit like that. The stands were cool. I liked how they had there was 4 houses that were set up on like a quad, or 5 houses, whatever.
mhm.
Each house was a state representing New England.
Mhm.
It had all, the foods and drinks and
Only 5, not 6.
what's the 6th?
Usually they say there's 6 New England states. That's why I was asking.
Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Rhode Island. Oh,
Connecticut.
Connecticut. It's
It
like
depends.
it's like a half.
It depends on who you ask. That's what I was saying. Like people will say 5, others will say 6. So that's what I'm saying.
Oh, all
I
right.
think the
Okay.
Patriots, like, didn't they say they had 6 and it on their new jerseys, the the rivals jerseys, it has like 6 stars, and they're like to represent the
They're
6 New
throwing
England
Connecticut a
states.
bone.
Yeah,
They're
I was like,
throwing, I'm telling
I'm gonna
you.
say it represents the 6 Super Bowl wins. How about that?
I like that spin on it a lot
Yeah,
better, because
yeah.
Connecticut is basically a fraud of a New England state. It's a
Mm.
fair weather New England state.
Well, yeah,
But
they generally lean more towards New York or Philly.
way more.
So,
Way more towards New York.
mhm.
So, oh my god, but it was awesome. So fucking cool. I love taking trips. We're getting closer to Dom leaving Judgment Day soon. I mean, with that treatment that we're gonna talk about, but boy howdy, they did not treat him well. They
It
didn't
goes
like
both ways.
what the hell is that? KFC. Oh my god, KFC is so good. Am I the only one who wants to end the El Grande Americano storyline? I just think Ludwig and the company didn't need it. No, you're so in the wrong. The Americanos are incredible. I'm obsessed with the Americanos. Sarah?
I don't really feel one way or the other. I think we just need to see development with it, and it looks like that's what they're doing. I'm not like super invested, but it's not I don't necessarily like not care, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think mostly what would interest me at all is knowing that it's Ludwig. That's kind of like the only thing that is really making me
Yeah.
want to see what happens next.
Yeah.
But I think it just all goes back to kind of what we've already talked about before, where uh we don't really know what the point of it is, like why are they all doing this, and like what the end game is. So I think that kind of I don't know, it kind of like deters your interest because we still don't know what that is, and it's really difficult to come up with any reasonable explanation for it, you know. But I guess I'm gonna give it a chance because I mean we're gonna talk about it, but they're definitely trying to move it along. So I guess I'll wait and see what happens and then kind of like figure it out, you know.
See, I think I don't I'm not trying to look that far ahead with it because of the praise that he's got in Mexico. So like it's
Yeah.
over somewhere else. So I'm like, all right, at least it's someone's liking it. Like a fan base is
Yeah.
liking it. So it's like, all right, keep it going. Yes, I'm
Mhm.
obviously interested in what the hell the whole point of this is, but I'm along for the ride. At this point, I'm just here for the ride and want to enjoy it as much as possible. And when
Yeah.
we get to the point of probably Chad Gable returning is when we're going to see something along those lines of a reveal or whatever. But the Americanos are here to stay. telling you right now.
I mean, at least right now they're not giving it like too much airtime. You know what I mean? Where it feels
Yeah.
like it's like, oh, they're putting too much effort into this and then not putting enough effort into something else. Like that's not a
Mhm.
problem right now. So I think that's a plus too, because I think if we're taking away from other stuff that people actually really do want to see, then I could be
Mhm.
like, yeah, I'd voice some frustration, but not yet. I mean, yeah, I'll save the rest of my thoughts for when we talk about it because I don't want to.
Spoil it. You don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
I ate. We had I said at the General Tso's Pizza. I had deep fried Oreos. Deep fried Oreos was awesome. And then I had cookies. I got a box of cookies for like $20. It was like 25 cookies. It was so good. Oh my God. I would have got more, to be quite honest with you. But it was my first time. And we went at night. That was the issue. I had to go after work. And I didn't leave Boston until like 3:30. So I didn't have like a full day there. I would like to go for a whole day and then eat as much as possible, but also enjoy the live music because they have live music and bands and stuff. Sorry, it's like a hell of a time. It's a hell of a time. Yeah, check it out. Yeah, we'll get to that. What's up, Aaron Teagle? Happy September 24th to you.
Thank
too,
you.
man. Happy
I'm still
September
here. The
24th.
rapture didn't happen, so
The
still alive.
rapture didn't happen. Were we supposed to have a rapture?
Yep.
Why wasn't the Champ of the Peeps included in this memo?
Because you're not in religious psychosis, probably.
I mean, dude, Jesus is the man, but I'm not, brainwashed like
Well, yeah.
Jesus, Mohammed, there's Buddha, like all those spiritual people are the homies,
Okay.
I have a weird way of looking at religion, clearly. But that's what we're here to talk about, Sarah. That's not what we're here to talk about today.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about WrestlePalooza first.
We're gonna talk about
little bit.
wrestling.
Yes, but
All right.
I figured since
You want to talk?
I want to talk about
Let's talk.
WrestlePalooza.
That's fine. Let's talk about WrestlePalooza. You want to talk about your
I know I
prediction
lost.
nowadays?
I know.
See, here's the thing. I wasn't even trying to brag.
Okay.
You put Shield up. Here's the thing. I looked this. I totally forgot about our predictions because I got so wrapped up in the results. Because I had Cody winning. Like, cool. That probably won me. No way. That probably won me the predictions. Cool. But like, I really wanted to see Drew. So but I understand why, but
so that's the thing is like, obviously Triple H he has a tendency to hype things up a lot. And I mean, you're a good hype man. You're a good businessman in that regard. Like you want to try to do whatever you can to get as many eyes on the product as possible. So you're going to hype up everything that you're about to put out because you're like, okay, if I say this, people are going to tune in. But as Richard said, it was definitely underwhelming. And I think, you don't want to necessarily live and die by the way that Triple H promotes the show, obviously. But I think expectations were set pretty high because they intentionally made the show the same night as All Out. So you're like, okay, if they're going to be competing, then we're going to get a good one, right? And then it's also like it's the ESPN debut. So we're going to get a big show, right? And it's like, okay, you thought so. I mean, we had the Netflix debut to kind of compare it to, like, having a big show. And it just did not live up to that at all. And I feel like it's not even necessarily that the show overall was bad. Like, I wouldn't say that the matches were necessarily bad. I think that it was just like Richard put it in I guess in a good way. It was like underwhelming, I think people went into it with certain expectations of what it would be. I know a lot of people were really disappointed by the Lesnar-Cena match. I picked Lesnar to win. So like
I picked Lester.
Yeah, I picked Lester.
We picked Lester.
But remember, I literally predicted how it was going to go. Remember?
No, we did, and I was all right with it. Like I was totally like, I'm okay with Cena losing.
Well, I almost called it like completely to the T. Like I said, I would not be surprised if we see him go in there and just completely annihilate Cena like the entire time. We did see moments of offense by Cena, but for the most part, it was a 7-8 minute match, whatever it was, and it was mostly dominated by Lesnar. So it's like I expected that. I don't think that the tag match was that bad. I thought I was a little bit surprised at the Vision one. I
Oh, they
was
did.
more
Yeah. Okay.
distracted by Jey Uso having a friggin' panic attack over hitting himself in the head. The women's match stole the show, just like ESPN said. I think,
mean, we kind of predicted that was gonna
yeah.
be. There's definitely a clip out there of me saying
The mixed tag was fun. I think it went on too long. Because it was like a half hour. I think they should have ended it.
Yeah.
The end should have been when they had them both in submission moves. So that was like that was when I feel like it was peak. And then the crowd completely died after that because it was like, all right, everybody knew what was going to happen. Like everyone knew that AJ and Punk were going to win. So they should have just ended it there, in my opinion.
Yeah, they wanted that spot. They wanted that spot of the Spanish announce table, AJ having to get up and be the hero. I get it. He probably wanted her to have her moment, yada yada. But yeah, you got to feel the crowd. That was the peak. I thought that was it. To be honest with you, there was like
me too
in that match. I thought that was it.
And I think that maybe they didn't want Seth to tap because they probably consider him like obviously the bigger champion. So it's not a good look to have the world heavyweight champion.
He's protecting his character.
Yeah. And then I think the main event was a complete flop. What the fuck was that? I'm still mad about it. And then hearing the
Is it bad that it's forgettable? Like if I'm kind of like forgetting the main event.
I think that's bad. But I think also what is bad about it is the details coming out afterwards about how allegedly Cody and Drew both pitched Cody losing. And even though I wouldn't have loved it because they wanted that to happen because of a mistake by Randy Orton, and I would say I'm not mad about there not being interference because that is something we've been complaining about for the last several months, that every main event was ending in an interference. So I'm not mad about that. I'm more mad that they were like completely shot that idea down and then gave us what we got instead, thinking that was better. That's the issue that I have. And we know obviously that they just wanted Cody versus Seth at Crown Jewel. Fine. I get that you didn't want to run
that's why
Drew versus
that's
Seth,
why it is.
But give us a better ending than that. Even if Randy got involved and Cody still retained, I would have been better with that than what we got because at this point you had Drew lose clean. How the hell does he ask for a rematch? Like, what are you doing to Drew?
It was weird. It was a weird wonky finish.
He got screwed over in this match, and then they didn't even leave it open-ended for him to ask for a rematch because there was no interference, because Cody didn't do something shady, because they didn't try to make this like controversy with the ref. Maybe they'll try, but like it looks clean. And so it's like, okay, well, generally, how does Cody grant a rematch to somebody like that? And then after what we saw on Raw, it's like they're completely ignoring what happened. They're like, all right, Cody's completely set on Seth now. It's like, so what are we going to do on SmackDown? I don't know.
Feel like it's not out of Drew's character, even though he lost, to still.
Oh, he'll do something to
go ape shit and be like, I want my.
He'll try to get it so that they're like forced into giving him a rematch.
Yeah, exactly. And if that's the case, I'm fine with it. Yeah, it just. Yeah.
Cody needs to lose. Like
Cody needs to give up the title. I'm on the boat that we need new blood. We need new blood.
Yeah, I mean, he only lost the title at Mania, and then he didn't have the title for what, like 3 months, and then won it back, and then was gone for nearly 2.
Yeah, I heard something. It was, I forget if it was CVV or Not Sam, but they mentioned how it was Cody had his year-long title reign.
Yes,
he did it.
Yeah.
So
the story
we don't need another one of those. That's boring. That doesn't keep Cody fresh.
And that is probably why he was even in on it with Drew about him losing the title to Drew. I'm sure that's probably why he even was on board with it, because it's like, okay, he never thought he was going to be a one-time champion. Now he's a
Mhm.
2-time champion, and he can go on to be a 3, 4, 5-time champion, but he has no plans of hanging up the boots anytime soon. So why does all of this have to happen now? Like,
Mhm.
Drew
Exactly.
deserves that a lot right now. And the fact that they're not jumping on that opportunity is just frustrating. So, yeah, I don't know. It would be nice to see Drew get it, but we'll have to see what happens on SmackDown to see if there's any sort of progression in that area. Because beyond Crown Jewel, which is in less than 3 weeks, I don't know what they have Cody doing. Because obviously the titles are not on the line at Crown Jewel. They're gonna have to
The
set up
crown jewel.
something.
It's the crown jewel title.
I know, that's what I'm saying. The titles are
Yeah.
not on the line, so they're gonna have to set up something for post Crown Jewel. And I don't know what they do with Cody other than run it back with Drew or something. I have no idea.
I don't
But
either.
because we're speaking about Cody, we can talk about him on the beginning of Raw. And as we already said, they started setting up for Crown Jewel because God forbid we went more than 3 weeks without a PLE or a PLE
Not
feeling
happening in
show.
this WWE season.
Not a
Not
TKO
happening.
season.
Whoa.
So they had Cody on Raw and him and Seth. I just they are a wrestling match made in heaven. That's just what it is. Like,
No, it
they're
is. They're
so good.
soulmates. They're soulmates.
They really are. And so this was a good segment. It had a lot of callbacks because obviously 3 years ago is when they faced each other for the first time, and then they had the best of 3 series basically. And then I saw somebody say that every time that Seth has faced Cody, like on TV and not, he's 0-22.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
So
wild.
there's absolutely zero reason for Cody to walk out as the Crown Jewel
There's
champion
no
again.
reason. It's Seth's turn, baby. You
That's
gotta see
when
the
I'm gonna
vision.
start to like almost turn on Cody. Like, not that I wouldn't be a fan anymore,
Imagine
but
you
I would be
turning on
like, I
Cody
can't
Rhodes.
deal with this version of Cody Rhodes right now. Like, I cannot.
I just can't even.
Well,
Okay,
because the
I
thing
can't
is, right?
even
The
with this
Crown
version.
Jewel title, ring, whatever, it doesn't really mean anything. You know,
Not
like,
not in these 50 states.
no, but like, he doesn't need like that doesn't elevate him at all. Like, it doesn't help him at all, but it would help Seth. You know, like, it's not that Seth needs it. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Like, he's not in a position of like, oh, he needs to be solidified more. But based off what we're doing right now, he's coming off of a loss in a mixed tag match. He needs to have something to like push him back up again because he is the world heavyweight champion. He can't lose a mixed tag match and then go and lose a singles match against Cody Rhodes. Like, he can't. I don't think that should be a story that like Seth can't beat Cody. That we don't need that.
No, not right now. I don't think that if anything, we should flip the script and that Cody can't beat Seth.
Yeah. Well, they already have that, you know, with like Roman has never beaten Seth. So it's like we don't need then Seth to have. Well, it's kind of like Rhea's never beaten Io. Like, I like that aspect, right? But like when it comes to this, it's like Seth did the ultimate job, very similar to like what Becky does when she deals with like the veterans or returns or whatever, and she like will sell the shit out of it so that they look good. Seth did that with Cody. He lost and lost and lost to Cody to make Cody look good when he first came back. We're now 3 years later. There's no reason for that to continue at this point.
No, it's not.
So hopefully they do the right thing.
Hopefully they do, but who never know? You never know.
No, I mean, at this point, you really don't know with WWE. It seems like the chat agrees that Seth should win. So, yeah. Anyway, so continuing with beef, I guess. Jimmy and Jey Uso, their reunion is continuing to be bumpy. And I'm still so confused on what the direction of this is. Because we saw the main event was Jey versus LA Knight, or not. It wasn't the main event. I'm sorry, which was nice. We'll talk about that later. But clearly, that beef is not going anywhere. and Jimmy is like caught in the middle, which I enjoy.
It's
Um,
nice. It is a nice little conflict to watch.
Yes.
I agree with that.
But I'm still
What?
confused because like Jimmy is not able to get through to Jay, and then he even like enlists Cody to go and talk to Jay, and Jay didn't seem all that interested and kind of gave him a stanky look when he left.
Oh, he gave him the
Um,
cold shoulder. He
yeah.
absolutely gave him a cold shoulder.
So I guess I'm curious. I mean, your opinion and even the chat or whatever. Like, what do we think is happening? Like, what is the end goal with Jay? Are we going to see Jay turn heel? Is this just like I'm so confused because they were really leaning into the reunion of the Usos, right? I mean, like we said last week, Jay is the one who said to Jimmy, "Hey, I need you." Now he's seeming like uninterested in Jimmy being around. He's acting like he's completely betraying him by wanting to make sure that LA Knight is okay, even though that they have the a similar enemy in the Vision. And it's just like tensions are rising, and you kind of are like, all right, what's going on here? And Jimmy seems completely fine with like not being cool with Jay completely, but then he's like, I'm worried about him. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, how do you perceive it? Or like, what do you think?
It's Jay Uso right now. To me, it's Jay Uso trying to get over being just the yeet guy. He's sick of being the yeet guy. That
But
that's
what
it. That's it. And
but what is
to
he
be,
doing though? Because like
he's acting more of what he believes is a top guy, and that is being a tribal chief, acting like he can be one day the head of the table. And the only way to do that is by following in the footsteps of the OTC.
But do you feel like he's doing anything to show that he's tired of the yeet? Because I mean, he's still going out there, he's still yeeting, he's still running it back. He made a new
It's
t-shirt.
not full blown, but there's teases.
Okay.
There's little glimpses. It's
I
not.
mean,
He's not going out there with the. It's more of like a, like yeah, I'm yeeting, but like I'm doing it with a focus. Like we're just like. And
yeah.
then he'll do it to get the crowd going,
Uh-huh.
and then once he's not doing it with them. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the difference, at least. It's like he's not doing it with them, and then he's just like, all right, yeah, that shit's over. It's time to play. Like that's what I see, at least.
I think, I mean, I think it's interesting because I think for a lot of this, I mean, the rise of Jey Uso over like the last 2 years, it kind of felt like he was untouchable. Like he was never a guy that they were going to consider turning heel again, unless for some reason the yeet thing died out. And I don't think that we've seen that from the crowd yet. So I think it would be kind of risky to turn him heel. Just because, if you're thinking about it from a business perspective, obviously you see how the crowd reacts to him every night. You see the fact that they run it back. You see how many people are wearing yeet shirts. Like you hear the response from the crowd when he's on the mic. Like from a business standpoint, it doesn't feel like it would be smart to do that. However, I do think that Richard makes a good point saying that Jay needs something different. I think that that's the thing is like, it does get to a point where you have to kind of consider how the fans are feeling at home, right? Because not everybody, because I don't do it when I'm there in person, but a lot of people are going to be influenced by the live crowd when they're there to participate in things like the yeeting, because it's like, well, everybody's doing it and this seems fun. But that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody is super interested in what Jay is doing, because the yeet thing does only go so far. That doesn't make him have banger matches. That doesn't make him have like the promo of the night. Like it doesn't make him an interesting character. So it's possible. I just think that they kind of, it seems to me even more that they didn't really have a decent or well thought out plan for post Bloodline for like anybody.
Yeah.
And we're just seeing that more now.
Yeah, a little bit. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
We're seeing it a little bit. But it's
Final Boss says, I would wait to turn Jay when I know the fans are getting tired of him. Until then, there's too much money involved, basically, to turn him.
Oh, yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, it would be risky. And I don't know that it's the smartest thing to do, considering who they're kind of making it seem like he would turn on. He would be turning on Jimmy and he'd be turning on LA Knight. Like, I don't know that those are guys that you would want him to turn on, because the fans like both of them, not necessarily at the same level as Jay, although you could argue that about LA Knight. But I also don't know those are the right people to turn him heel against, because I think that he would still get a lot of support from the crowd. So like, if you're trying to establish him as a heel, I don't know that those are the right people, if that makes sense. Like,
No, it does a little
I don't
bit.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're like wicked grainy. Hold on. Let me plug in my.
Can you hear me?
Oh, hold on. You're like wicked grainy. Let me plug in my computer.
Can you guys hear me in the chat? Do I need to leave? It's saying I have like a unstable connection, so it's probably me. Is this always has to happen when I'm on? Okay, you can see and hear me. Okay. I don't know why this always happens to StreamYard. Like, I literally have no problems with the internet all day long. It's only when I get on StreamYard. How am I now?
You're still wicked grainy. You're still like
Okay,
grainy.
I look normal to me.
Anyways, I can hear you. That's the before you were frozen. Now you're not. So.
Okay. Thank you, Nathaniel. It says I have an unstable connection, so it's possibly me. Anyway, we'll see. So this is how, to answer this question.
Why you don't love Penta?
We do.
Why you not loving?
So I don't know. I don't. I think this is like it's going to become like a weekly thing. I think we're just kind of like, what are they doing with Penta? I don't know. Last week he was beaten up by the New Day. This week they're teaming him again with the War Raiders,
and they're beating up the New Day.
Yeah, and beating up the New Day.
You see that? You see that destroyer? Oh
God, I
magnificent,
know.
magnificent.
So when I watch with my sister, it's like she's such a mark sometimes, because she's like, he takes the destroyer, and she did it last week too when he did the springboard one. And then she's like always so concerned because, the way that they sell the destroyer, it's like they're dead, right? And like Grayson kept his head up a little bit, and she was like, "Oh my God, is he okay? Oh my God, is he okay?" Like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "Calm down." Like, yes, he's fine.
He's selling it very well.
So then when they show the replay, you can see that like clearly his head is nowhere near like actually touching the mat. So it's just kind of funny.
You gotta love the people who still the mystique of it all.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just wanted to give him a shout out because I thought that was a cool move. Shout out Grayson Waller for still looking good. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Final Boss says they need to reunite the Lucha Brothers. I think so too. You know how fire their joint entrance would be? I mean, they both have really good entrances, but imagine
that would be so much pyro.
I know, right? But like, I would be so into it. I'd be so interested to see how they would do it. Like, how would you do it in WWE?
I would do Pentas to start the swirl.
Mm-hmm.
Have Phoenix be next to him or something. Have him like pop up.
Or like after he does the Cero Miedo, like have him pop up after.
Ray Phoenix pops up or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Rey Mysterio type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then they,
who's that jumping out the sky? R-E-Y.
Mysterio.
Phoenix-o.
Phoenix Rayo.
Yeah, I know. And then Becky and Seth kind of gave us one of those.
Fire double entrance.
I'm sorry, but like, I was so obsessed with that entrance. I first of all loved the matching outfits, and then their entrance together. I was like, and then fucking Punk being such a simp. Like, I literally just said that last week, and then he just like proved it even more. With like the jacket that's like AJ's husband, and I'm just like, oh my God, here we go. Like,
and Bailey wearing it on Raw.
Yes, I know. I was like,
that was awesome. Like, that's the WWE universe I want to live in, where those like role model idols, like they look up to wrestlers, like
Mhm.
that's real. Like that just plays in to real life into the kayfabe.
Yeah.
Like let's keep that because that's cool. That's really
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah. Um,
They
we
don't want
talked
to do
about
it.
this.
They're
First
not
of
gonna
all,
do it.
guys, I want to show off my card.
Do it up.
I got my Finn card in the mail. I'm trying to get it so that it doesn't have the glare. Guys, look at the purple stripes of his pants. Okay,
Look at them.
that's why I had to get it, because I was like, oh my god. Because usually these patches, it's like nothing cool. It's just like black, and it's like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
cool. It's like part of their gear, but this one had the stripes, so I was excited. But anyway, so we've been seeing this tension growing within the Judgment Day for a while. And we saw it again. Rusev has been stalking Dom, and Dom wanted some help. He wanted Finn to help him. And Finn was like, no, you said you could do this on your own. And I was like, he did, And then he was like, okay, but we're a family, whatever. And then he's like, you got this, brother. And I was like, that's right. That's right, Fergie Ferg. And then he kind of like manipulates JD into helping him. So we do see that match. JD, first of all, JD is a friggin' ragdoll. He is the new Dolph Ziggler in WWE, basically.
He really is. He's
He is
so good at selling. He really is.
insanity, because he's also not like a tiny dude. You know what I
No, he's
mean?
not
Like,
tiny. He's just his head is
oh my
very
god,
big.
oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, when we're watching that match, obviously Rusev ends up dominating JD. He puts him in that
Rusev crushed. Rusev
yes,
crushed.
Rusev Gutria, yes,
Rusev
Machka. So we see that Dom comes out and he refuses to get into the ring to stop Rusev from hurting his buddy. And then obviously Fergie comes out and he ends up stopping it. So he was not happy about Dom just like standing there and watching JD get absolutely annihilated. So I really want Finn and JD to like turn babyface. I want Dom to stay heel. I know that we kind of, based off of what we saw at Mania, it kind of looked like they were going to lean the opposite way and have Dom be a babyface, because I mean the reaction to him winning the IC title, but they did not lean into that. In fact, they've done the complete opposite. And he seems to be the one taking more action to be like turning on the Judgment Day than Finn and JD have shown. Like, you've only seen them like in the background being like kind of like maybe giving a face to Dom, but I think Dom is the first one to actually like act upon it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what we've seen today already, or did you see it today? The Liv Morgan Instagram story.
I did. She's not back yet. There's no way she's coming back yet. Unless they greatly exaggerated her injury.
If she does come back, it would be mainly backstage stuff.
I still would love to see. I want to see her and Dom stay together, and I'm totally fine. I mean, I think Liv is gonna get like a big pop when she comes back, but I don't know. I know that it's like, I love Finn in general, so like I'm gonna support him, whatever. But like seeing his return at NXT Homecoming, it's just like, come on, guys.
It got you in your feels.
Yeah, it did. And I'm like, can we get that back? Like, he was so happy when he was doing that too. So I'm like, can we get that version back?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's like Finn and JD as tweeners, like they're not necessarily a babyface, but they're not necessarily heel, like something in between.
Yeah. Who? JD?
Finn and JD, yeah. And then
I don't know. It's tough because I'm loving this little devilish side of Finn Balor.
I know. I just wish that they would have gone further with him being a heel, because I know that they can't go like full blown Prince Devitt, but like, could we have gotten something close to like Bullet Club Prince Devitt? Like, I don't feel like they've gone far enough. Like, they definitely showed some aspects of that. I mean,
they
obviously
can keep showing more
the spots with Edge and Beth and whatever, but like they've definitely like gone out of that, and it's like, so they're not even really like full-blown heels other than just like being annoying or like beating your favorite tag team, and I feel like that's not enough. They should have gone, I don't know, they should have done more. And I think it would be easy for them to turn Finn back to being a babyface, because if they just have him go against Dom, everyone hates Dom,
Yeah.
so it's like it's not that hard. I
Well,
don't
he
know.
needs to be an asshole somewhere else.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the direction. It feels like they keep kind of like changing what they want to do, because for a while it was like, oh, it looks like Dom is going to leave because whatever, and then it's like now we're like, oh, is it Finn and JD that are going to be like the good guys in this situation? No idea. I mean, and that's fine. I don't know that I necessarily want like a spoiler much like way early before it happens. I mean, at least this is having us interested in what could happen. But yeah. This is kind of also tied into WrestlePalooza, but we also got the celebration.
My girl.
Stephanie Vaquer is our new women's world champion. I did not see that coming, only because of the storyline potential with Io, but I'm not mad about it. And I think I said that on our prediction show that I did not care who won. And I think the biggest question that seemed to be surrounding if Stephanie were to win was who she would face, because she obviously would be a babyface champion, and it felt like Io would immediately have people to go against, but they're just gonna move that to Stephanie. So now Stephanie looks like she'll be going after Asuka. That's kind of what it seems like. She's gonna get involved in that. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not mad. I have nothing to scream and complain about.
Yeah.
What I have to scream and make noise about is the fact that we are getting this, and the fact that it's the story building up to it is actually really good.
And there's a lot of moving parts in this.
A lot of moving parts.
Like we haven't even talked about the main event yet.
No, the women are the A story. The women are the A story on Raw right now. It's clear.
Yeah. That's interesting, right? Because they made the women the main event this week, and I don't like feeling this way, but because we know that WrestlePalooza was kind of a flop. I mean, even ESPN, obviously it's a writer who did it. It's not like all of ESPN feels this way, but they did give the show a C and said that the women were, the saving grace basically of the show. It makes me wonder if that is the sole reason for why they had the main event, because it's coming on the heels of a show that did not deliver in the way that it was supposed to. And people were like, hey, the women should have main evented based off of what we got with the rest of the show. So it makes me wonder if that's what they're doing. I mean, I hope that's not what it is, because I feel like the women have proven themselves time and time again that they don't need an excuse to main event. It's like, no, this is what people want to see. Look at the reaction to their matches. Look at the reaction to their storylines. Like they deserve to be in that position. So I hope that's what we keep getting, in the future. And I'm curious to see what they do with this, because like we said, there are so many different people now involved in everything that's going on with Io and Asuka and Rhea and Stephanie. It's like there's so many things that they can do. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to approach it. We do know, because Stephanie is the champion now, she will face Tiffany, Jade, or Nia at Crown Jewel. I think most people want to see her versus Tiffany.
I want to see that.
I mean, I understand that people are kind of
right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know why they didn't have that match at Crown Jewel. There's a lot of rumors about why it was or why it didn't, whatever. But I get we've even talked about people who are kind of like over Tiffany's title reign, but like if we're talking about those three girls and which one is going to put on the best match, probably with Stephanie, I don't think there's anyone better than Tiffany. So
no, they just like Nia and Stephanie Vaquer be good, but not for Crown Jewel. I do want to see Stephanie and Jade, but not for Crown Jewel. If you're gonna build up the match, you need to have your top two women on each show, and those two women are Tiffany Stratton, and Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, obviously they can change titles. I mean, a week or 2 weeks before the show, but it feels kind of odd to do that only because then whoever Tiffany loses to would get the match, but then Tiffany's still going to be like, hey, I want a rematch, and then that's going to be on the back burner while they do Crown Jewel. Like, it just seems kind of odd. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of how they went with the Cody Drew situation. They were like, oh, well, we really want Cody versus Seth. Like, that makes more sense.
Which fine. Like, if that's your plans, fine,
Yeah.
but now you know that the crowd is ready for a change. They're ready for a change.
And the only way they could kind of replicate that with the women is making Nia the champion, because she's the only heel in the match.
And
And who wants to see Nia versus Stephanie?
I don't really care to see Nia Jax as champion right now.
Again.
She deserves.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. At this point, like, there are probably 10 women I'd much rather see be WWE Women's Champion over Nia Jax.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh my gosh. I just tried to clean my glasses and that just made it way worse. Yikes.
That's tough.
All right, that's a little bit.
Come on, SpongeBob, climb.
Oh geez. Speaking of the women, we finally see Bayley turn on Lyra.
Or did she? Like,
okay, one personality.
Which yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, which is it?
So okay, I'm really into what they're doing with Bayley, and I know I've already said that because I feel like there's a lot of potential with what she's doing. But I like the way that I like the way that they're having her interactions with Lyra go right now, where, Lyra is on edge. She doesn't know what's going on. Like, they haven't come to this conclusion that she's mentally unwell. And I like that, Lyra's like, all right, like, questioning her, but gave her another chance. And then obviously that didn't last very long. But I don't know. I feel like this story this is just another story on Raw with the women that is the most interesting right now. And
I like how Lyra went to NXT too with Tatum and is talking to Tatum about what do I do? And am I the weird one? Am I the crazy one? And for Tatum to be like, no, you're not crazy. And all like that's the storytelling I want in my wrestling nowadays. Like, you have all these different shows on the whole week. All right. And you have basically 5 rosters. If you think about it, if you include LFG too, you have 5 rosters of talent that you can put on either show for some sort of segment. Utilize it. All right. There's not enough time in one show. Well, in this show, we do need some sort of veteran presence around for backstage stuff. And you know what? We'll throw in something in there to help out with your show. It's a give take. They need to start doing more shit like that if you're going to have all these things like Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Evolve, LFG. Like, you need to start doing it. Or partnership with TNA too. Like,
it seems like they are, now that they apparently are a little bit leaning off of the whole, each show has its own roster.
Yeah, exactly.
Seems like they're a little bit more open to that. So I am interested to see where this goes. I mean, it feels inevitable that they'll feud or something. I don't know, but I really do want to see Bayley go full Bayley buddies. Like, I really want to see her come out. Like, I don't want it to be, oh, she has a shirt on that says I'm a role model instead of I'm a hugger. Like, that's great, but can we get to a point where she literally comes out with Bayley buddies? Like, I want that so bad. Because maybe that's when she'll hit her peak mental psychosis.
Yeah, we're not even with this story. I feel like we're not even scratching the surface yet.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, have her come out just hugging people and oh my god, overwhelming positivity.
Yeah.
And have everyone just be so confused.
Yeah. Yeah, but trying to be nice to her because they're like, oh, she's obviously not well. Something's going on.
Snapping, like everyone's like, oh, she turned on her. It's like,
yeah.
The Bayley the human did.
One
personality that just
Jekyll did. It was Jekyll.
Yeah, Jekyll just woke up and entered the chat, really, is what we're getting at.
Yeah. All right. So we kind of, I mean, I would say, what are they doing with LA Knight? They had him lose to Jay pretty quickly and pretty unconvincingly. It's very similar to like what they did to Drew McIntyre at WrestlePalooza, where it was like he literally took a Cody Cutter and one Crossroads and was done. And it was like, what the hell? Like, we just saw Cody against Cena, and how many Crossroads did it take? And we're saying Drew McIntyre needed one Crossroads to be done. And they're like, oh, it's because his leg went through the desk. No, it's not. This man was gushing blood with his head split open and needed 17 staples to close his skull. And you're saying, oh, he got taken out because his leg went through the desk. Boy, bye. What are you trying to sell me? So with LA Knight, I'm just confused.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're doing. To me, it's I just keep waiting. You know, like I just am not. I wish that we were seeing him in the title picture more, but that's just not where the story is. Like
I
with
feel
him.
like how long are we going to say that? Because it's like, oh, he's not going after the title because Roman's champion. And it's like, oh, he's not going after the title because Cody's champion. Then they move him to Raw, and it's like, oh, yeah, he's not champion because it's just not the story. It's like, how many times are we going to say that, though?
Well, you could go. What about him and Dirty Dom? Like that would be.
I mean, maybe,
like,
but we currently have he's going after the Vision and Jey Uso. So it's like it definitely putting him in the main event sphere. So it feels like him then just like shifting his focus to Dom seems like a downgrade.
It does. I'm trying to think of, because the Vision are going to be tied up with Cody for the next 3 weeks at least.
Maybe if Cody shows up on Raw. He doesn't have that. He doesn't really have a reason to necessarily, because the Crown Jewel show it's not title for title.
It's like not canon. It's just like a not canon event thing,
and it's just stupid. So stupid. And I'm not watching it live. I don't know if you guys are watching it live, but fuck that. I am not waking up at 5 a.m. to watch that shit.
Listen, if I am allowed to watch it while I do invoices on my Saturday morning shift, fine, I will. But yeah, that'll have to be either right after work or after date night.
I mean, 8 a.m. though isn't as bad. Like, I still wouldn't be watching it if it were on at 8 a.m.
If it was a Sunday at 8 a.m., I would be waking up at 7 o'clock. I'd be going to a breakfast place and grabbing my meal, and then I would feast. And because 8 a.m. Sunday, that goes to 11. That's taking you right about to Sunday kickoff pregame.
Yeah, see, so for me, that would be over. Like, it would bleed over to football, because football starts at 10. So
that's a crazy life you guys live out there, man. I have no, like, it doesn't matter how many times someone says it to me, it still boggles my mind that you can just wake up and just like live.
But see, this is the thing. People that I know who are, born and bred on the East Coast, and that's all they're used to, they talk about how elite it is when they come to the West Coast, and that they get to just like wake up and start watching football, and that football's over by 8.
Yeah, generally. I know.
It's like, that's nice, like it's like hard for me to imagine like waking up and not getting football until 1 p.m. Like, that is wild to me.
I went to church and I'd still have an hour before football when I was growing up. Like, I remember it was crazy. Wake up, church, Patriots, Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
It was nice.
All right, moving on to Becky Lynch, who's an official part of the Vision, and I'm here for it. I don't care what anyone says. She is absolutely incredible. She didn't even really do anything. Okay, she literally had a whole full-blown conversation, pacing back and forth behind Seth, who was so tied up in, the watch and the conversation. Say one word. Yeah, didn't say one the conversation that he had with Cody. But she's so good. And
the watch. Yeah, that's the watch that he gave Seth for.
For being his shield. I do really appreciate also that AJ Lee put out that Instagram post and like about her return to the ring, and she specifically thanked Becky and Seth, by their real names, and whatever, because so many people were coming for Becky for that match, and I honestly have no idea like what they're coming for, but they were trying to say she like refused to sell anything for AJ, and I'm like, I did not see that. Like, what are we talking about? But I was really happy that AJ did that because I thought that was really cool, because I do think like acknowledging just how much Seth and Becky have done to set up this match and like this feud, like it's important to point that out because I mean, people don't understand like Seth has had to look like a scaredy cat just as much as Becky did. And why is Becky looking like that to a girl that's smaller who hasn't been in the ring for 10 years? And why is Seth acting like that about a girl who hasn't been in the ring for 10 years and when he's world heavyweight champion? Like there's no reason for either one of them to be acting that way, but they did. Becky tapped out. Like there's a lot of stuff that they deserve credit for.
Well, shoot, there was a mosquito in though.
There was a bee. It was a bee.
It was a bee. I'm sorry. She said it was a bee.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I know, and I mean, so I don't know. Neither one of them were on Raw, so I find that interesting. I wonder if we're going to see more. Are we going to see more progression between Seth and Punk, or are we kind of putting that on hold for now because we've seen so much of it? Or was this kind of confirmation that we're going to see, AJ go after the title, the Intercontinental title? I don't know, but I don't think it's over yet, but it's definitely on hold until after Crown Jewel.
After Crown Jewel, everything is gonna happen after Crown Jewel.
Mm-hmm.
We just gotta be this is where my mind's at.
Yeah, so we kind of already talked about it, but they're finally addressing that there are 3 versions of El Grande Americano, and they are now being referred to as Los Americanos. So, I'm intrigued because I do think that they've kind of waited a little too long to finally acknowledge that there were 2 other versions of El Grande Americano that have popped up in months ago, but now they can't escape it because they brought them back again. I'm not like super invested in this. I'm not interested in it. I just don't know what they're doing. Like I don't know. I just don't know what it is yet.
I love it. It's a comedic aspect of the show that breaks it up and provides us with great wrestling at the end of the day. Like that, they're going to be good matches. The foolishness, silliness, nonsense of it all. Yeah, it is ridiculous. Like, of course, we know who it is. We're not supposed to, but we do know who it is. I'm not, I think I said this before we hopped in here, but I'm not looking so far ahead at the light or, the end of this, like, where are you going? I'm enjoying the ride of it because it's something that is so ridiculous that, it seems like it'd be done in the 2010s in that dark era. But there's something about it that just feels like this is going to have a better payoff for sure. But also just it has something. Like it has legs there to be something bigger than just, giving guys a role because they need something to do in catering. This feels like this could be something. I mean, look at the vignettes that they have for El Grande Americano. Like the dude is over. It's just he's over in the parent company that is AAA. Yeah. So let's steer into that. And that seems like what they're doing. That seems like that's what they're doing with having Los Americanos.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, like you said, I think that because we believe we know who the other Americanos are, I mean, they're going to put on banger matches. So like that's something I care about. And I feel like, I don't know, your mindset is kind of interesting because I think it's kind of like hard as an adult that watches wrestling and understands, to a degree how the business works. It can be hard to shut your brain off and just be fine with what you're seeing on TV every single week and not trying to be like, okay, where is this going and what could happen and whatever. Like, and that might be part of why we don't enjoy things as much, because we're always looking for what's next or whatever.
Exactly.
And I know, I mean, obviously, I am not saying that I'm just going to be able to do that, but I think with some things like this isn't meant to be like a big angle on TV.
No,
So it's like,
yeah.
you might as well just kind of embrace and see like, okay, what are they doing? Whatever this becomes, whatever, because it's not changing anything major. It's just kind of like, this
No,
is
it's a
the
fun
entertainment of sports entertainment.
we like so much, and this is a big issue that I have with wrestling fans now, is that they take this shit so serious,
Yeah.
where at the end of the day, it's not. I make decisions in my job, and you do too, but in our jobs that are serious decisions that, you know, people are depending on your, you know, whatever you decide.
Mm-hmm.
This is the outlet that allows you to shut off your brain and say, you know what, I'm not deciding anything. What you show me, that's it. Like, that's how I'm gonna unwind. If it's stupid and silly, sure, fine, I'm all right with it.
Yeah.
But you gotta be accepting of it. Like, it is what it is. Like,
I think I need
we
to
wouldn't
get
have this.
I need
Yeah.
to get more like that in general. But it's hard because when I like something, I really like something, so I get like very
get
emotionally invested. So
Yes, it's me growing up with sports fandoms and whatnot, and
no, that's still
singing,
me.
and
That's
it's still
still
like
me.
it is
Yeah.
100%. That's why we are wrestling fans. So you have to make that distinction, be able to make that distinction
Mm-hmm.
to, you know, and be like, yes, this is stupid. I am fully aware this is stupid, but goddamn, I like it and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
You said it's okay. That's okay.
I also wanted to talk about this, even though that's technically not I guess it wasn't technically from Raw, but it kind of did happen before Raw. And I thought it was interesting because Cena took to Twitter and asked the fans if they would be interested in seeing him versus AJ Styles, which I think was I think people were kind of caught off guard about that because it was like, huh? And then of course it's like, you know, I don't know if this was planned all along. I don't know. But of course the fans were like, yeah. And so the following day, Triple H is like, we listened to you. And it's like, yeah, sure. And then made it official for Crown Jewel. This came after like reports. It's like, oh yeah, Cena versus Lesnar was a one-off. And it's like, what the fuck? So yeah, this was made official. And I think other than being excited about this, because obviously their match from what 2017, 2018, whenever it was from, is one of Cena's like best matches of his career.
All time. That Royal Rumble match,
insane.
I'd love to rewatch that.
I'm hoping that this is kind of like letting us know what's to come, because I mean obviously we can't speak for Cena, but I do think that to an extent, it would probably not be unfair to say that he probably has not been the happiest with how his retirement tour has gone. And I think a lot of that goes back to Elimination Chamber and how that went because of The Rock, and then everything that kind of just like did not go right during the heel turn. So I would like to think that maybe this was planned. We have no idea. But because we know after this he's going to be on back-to-back episodes of Raw, and then we don't see him again until Survivor Series, and then he's only on Saturday night's main event in December. I would like to think that he might be in charge of what he does on those final 4 dates. I would like to think that we're going to see Cena wrestle on Raw so that we can see more matches from him. And you know, instead of, you know, we're only going to get 2 more after Crown Jewel. I want to see him wrestle on Raw. Get him versus Dom Dom. You know what I mean? Like get some more of those matches that fans want to see. But even he said he wanted to do, because he said he wanted to fight AJ. He said he wanted to fight Dominic Mysterio. So why not give those to us? Because obviously we're not going to get super invested in a feud at this point when you know that he only has 4 dates after Crown Jewel. Like, any type of legitimate feud is not going to be interesting because he's not going to be able to show up that
It's
often.
not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I don't think anyone really wants to see that. Like, people want to see Cena win. I don't know if he'll beat AJ, but like, people were very upset that he lost to Brock. So I feel like it would be kind of, I mean, ballsy in a way, I guess, for him to lose to AJ. But I guess at the end of the day, we're getting the match. So I don't know. My main takeaway from it, other than finally giving us something that we want, is them continuing that for his final dates.
Yeah, I didn't know. I kind of forgot that it was only 4 dates.
After Crown Jewel, yeah.
And then one of them is Survivor Series, one of them Saturday Night's Main Event, so it's only 2.
Yeah, and then he's on back-to-back episodes of Raw, and then there's another Raw, like the Go Home Raw to Survivor Series he's not scheduled for. So I hope he doesn't get put into a fucking War Games match. That's the thing I don't want to see either. Because I could see them trying to do that. No, I know. That's what I'm hoping. But that's the thing, is like, that's the problem that I have with War Games, is it feels like it just isn't organic. Like, do not stop having War Games matches that feel forced. Like, it made sense when they had the Bloodline. You know what I mean? Because it was like, yeah, the Bloodline are the group that is dominating WWE, or when it was Judgment Day. Like, it makes sense. But like, forcing it because you want to keep doing War Games is just stupid. Like, there's no real alliances right now, or like, I mean, there's the Vision, but like, who wants to, I don't know, like, do I really want to see like CM Punk and the Usos and whoever else take on the Vision? No, I don't. I'm just not interested in it at all. And the same with the women. Like, I just don't care what is, like, I want to see one-on-one matches. Like, give me Rhea versus Stephanie Vaquer. I'd rather see that than like Team Rhea versus Team Asuka. Like, I don't care. And I feel
want to see TNA NXT War Games.
I think, but see, like, that's more interesting to me. I would be so much more into that. Or the traditional, like Raw versus SmackDown. Like, even if they did something like that, like, at least that's more interesting than like trying to force what they've done, because the last couple years they have had to force these matches to make sense. And I don't want to see Cena do that. I want Cena to have like a singles match, and I don't think anyone wants to see him in a War Games match. I think people would feel like that's a waste of his retirement, or at least that's how it should be viewed, in my opinion.
It should be something big. It should be something big like that.
Yeah. I mean, what if he takes the title off of Dom and becomes a Grand Slam champ? I don't think he'll want to do that, though, because he said that he wants to push younger talent. So I don't think that he would do that. But
no, he would much rather have Dom. He would much rather face Dom Mysterio.
And like I said, I was just talking about it with guys at work, and there were some that had no idea that he had never even won the Intercontinental Championship. So that's the thing, is what I said.
That's like a great question.
That's the thing, though, is like, winning 17 was way more important to Cena's retirement than him becoming a Grand Slam champion, because people don't even realize that he's never won the Intercontinental title. Like, it's not on anyone's brain, and it's not going to be something that's like, well, Cena would have been a better Hall of Famer if he won the IC title. Like, no one's going to think that. So I don't really feel like it matters at this point,
Mm-hmm.
And okay, well, we got to the main event, which was nice. It was the women. And I mean, I don't know. I think the biggest takeaway from this match, other than being a banger match, obviously, was that Asuka has to be the best. What does she call it again? The best misting that she has ever done, or that I have ever seen in my life by anybody. Because straight up, Rhea became Mystique. Like, I don't understand how she literally became a Smurf in one mist. That was insane.
She was an avatar. So
yeah.
She was legitimately the color of an avatar.
Yeah, or like Mystique, like
or
I said.
Mystique.
Or a Smurf, I guess.
Or a Smurf. Like, she was blue. Her whole body was blue.
I know.
Granted, I mean, she was. I mean, yeah. Like, how her body was whole blue. It was crazy.
So I don't know. I really like the story progression here. I feel like Asuka turning heel did not feel forced. It felt like it was a long time coming. It made sense, I think. So I'm into it. I mean, I like Asuka no matter what she's doing, but I do find her a little bit more compelling when she's a heel. Like, I just find her so much more fascinating.
Oh my God, she's
And
a
I like that
fantastic heel.
Kyrie is stuck in the middle. Like, she doesn't know. Like, she joined Asuka, but you could tell she was very
Poor.
hesitant.
Poor Kyrie scene.
I know, she's so cute. Like, the way that like her reactions to Asuka yelling for her like just continue to get like more dramatic. It's really funny.
Her facial expressions are so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And so we're gonna see Asuka, or I'm sorry, Io and Rhea team up, which I think that's interesting. I mean, if we look at how this year has gone for them,
Mhm.
interesting that we're only a couple months out of WrestleMania and like we're now gonna see them probably tag against the Kabuki Warriors. Fascinating. I don't know. I don't really care what this is. I don't care what they're doing. I'm just glad that we're like emphasizing the women, making them the main event, actually giving them storylines that is like interesting and making us want to watch rather than being like, okay, cool, complaining again that they're not doing anything with the women's division. Like, I'm glad that
Oh,
at
there,
least
yeah.
we're talking about it in a positive manner now.
It's nice to be talking about the women's division in the main event
Mhm.
and not talking about how bad it was. Like talking about
Yeah.
how there is something there for them
Yeah.
to tell. There is something to go off of Asuka turning on Io.
Mhm.
Like she turned on Io Sky.
Uh-huh.
That was it. And did you see the video of Io crying backstage?
Mhm.
Oh my God, just pulls
Well,
on
her
your
family
heartstrings.
turned
Like,
on her.
my
But I'm like,
family.
didn't this happen not that long ago too? This is like, it's probably because it's like, oh, I forgave you, and now they did it again.
No, Io is the one who like turned, kind of. Like she was like, I want my title back. I want this. I miss
Yeah,
the old damage control.
but she did it for the right reasons, is what I mean. Like,
Oh, Asuka's being controlling.
yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm interested. I just hope that they also put this much effort into Stephanie's title reign because if recent
Reagan hope so.
if recent stuff has told us anything, it tells us that they won't. But I would like to believe that that won't be the case because, I mean, they were definitely putting the force behind Stephanie before they just. I guess that she was sick, and that's why she was off TV for a few weeks or something. I have no idea.
Yeah, if you get hit with some sort of flu or something, you can't move.
Well, do you know how happy I was to hear that? Like, because when we were sitting here being
Oh,
like,
yeah,
why
I
are you
mean-
taking Stephanie off TV? It's like, okay, at least she had a legitimate excuse instead of it being like, oh, yeah, WWE just had nothing for her. You know, like, I'm glad that
Yeah.
at least it was like, oh, no, she was dealing with something. It was like, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, that was Raw.
That was Raw.
Yep.
We got AEW on right now, Sarah. And it's time for me to head over to the Nonsense Galaxy for the second round matches. I got Senor Chevre taking on Kenny Omega. I got that whole show to do.
All right.
Because I got to gear up to crown my champion, which will be eventually my number one pick for the draft on Friday. Draft in the NWF. Sarah being Raw, me being SmackDown, NXT, Corporate, and the schedule for that to be announced on Friday. And
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are we drafting individuals no matter what? Like if you wanted like the bloodline, can you just say the bloodline?
Okay,
or it's like, are you just taking Roman?
So for tag teams, you can group tag teams like for instance Dudley Boys.
Okay.
You're not gonna take Bubba without the Devon.
But like if I'm like I want the Vision, do I have to pick like I want Seth, and then I have to pick the tag teams?
You got to pick it for groups. You got to pick the person.
All right.
You want the Vision?
Well,
you want Judgment Day?
Yeah, I want the Vision and Judgment Day.
All right, you know what? You might get them, to be honest with you, because I have a whole different strategy, and I'm telling you right now, just don't take my peeps. There's one legit
don't
wrestler.
Take mine.
There's one like actual WWE 2K wrestler that if you take, I would be very pissed off.
Oh well, you
I
know
think
where
you could probably guess.
You know where my alliances
I'm not trying
are,
to. I have a show that I have to run, Sarah. that we have a vision of our own of what we want our show to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you're doing on Raw is great. You can get your peeps. You got
Yeah.
your champions. I'm crowning mine in a few hours. So be on
Yeah.
the lookout for that on Friday. And I don't know if there's any wrestling shows this weekend. We got football on. That's what I'm fucking excited for.
Mm-hmm.
Go Pats, baby. Christian Gonzalez makes his return on Sunday, and we make our return on Tuesday. And before all that happens, you got to hit that subscribe button down below and smash that bell notification to know every time we go live. Also follow us over on TikTok, No Nights Off Show. Follow Sara on Twitter at SMarshXO. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Patty Pitts. We'll see you on Tuesday or see you on Friday. Thank you for tuning in. God bless. Remember, you can do it. All you gotta do is try. Viva Las Vegas.